Her passion is ballet. Living the dream in her homeland, Peru, where most families are poor, is actually unthinkable. But Maricarmen makes it possible, with her foundation and her dedication. The dancers are about to perform at Lima's National Theater. But at final rehearsals, there's still work to do. Southeast Lima, and the day is getting off to a slow start. 6 a.m. and Layra Marcas is feeling sluggish. As she came home late from ballet, Layra worked on her homework until the early hours with her father. Her head is often filled with ballet.
Ballet is always on my mind. What will training be like tonight? How will the performance be? What was the choreography again? That kind of thing.
The shoes. Donated. Worn out. Loved.
I keep them. They're memorabilia of certain performances.
Ballet is rather exotic here. Layra's parents work long hours, but don't earn much, like most in the barrio. There's no welfare state to speak of, and criminal gangs have moved into the area. It's not a safe place. You need to know your way around.
Some people are nice, others aren't. Avoid trouble, otherwise bad things could happen.
For Maricarmen, this theater is a place steeped in history. Memories of performances staged by the dedicated ballet teacher.
The stage has a kind of magic. When you feel the floor, you fall in love. You're gripped by a sense of happiness that enchants you.
Making difficult things look easy. That's ballet and Maricarmen. Her life story, a series of challenges. Her family left Germany before World War II and had to start from scratch. A stroke of fate plunged her from prosperity into poverty. The theater where it all began for the 60-year-old burned to the ground. But ballet remained to give her the strength to cope with the rigors of life.
You can't explode on the stage and say, I can't do this anymore. You can't. But what happens here is also so beautiful. So you forget the pain.
Maricarmen is usually running late. Her students are waiting. Layra travels from the rundown east to the smart west of Lima. She would never have been able to afford ballet lessons if it wasn't for Maricarmen. And in any case, no one wanted her.
Essentially, she was told she was a Quasimodo. Because of her back, because of her legs, I can't even tell you. I said, it's down to you. You'll have to push yourself and then you'll make progress. And today, Layra's a different person.
It wasn't the plan. Maricarmen fell into it somehow. First, she couldn't turn anyone away. Then, she didn't want to. Ballet should be for everyone, as it also gives everyone something: physicality, team spirit, discipline, and passion. Lucia burns with willpower and a lust for life, and if her mother Hilda wants one thing, it's for her daughter to be able to experience everything, to belong. And she does.
What do you feel when you're here together? Joy.
They train every day of the week, and most can't pay. Without donations, tuition wouldn't be possible. Only 3 days until the performance at the National Theater with an orchestra. drumming up funds and organizing competitions and shows. Maricarmen has worked tirelessly for her dancers for 14 years.
I sense I don't have that much time left. My body is spent. I won't be able to do as much. I have to give them all the time I have left, as best I can.
Nicole Chavez is one of her first students. Her family is extremely poor and lives up here in the hills of San Genaro. After school, after training, and to run every errand, she and her sister Kate have to climb hundreds of steps.
My body's already exhausted. And then there are all these steps. But we've been doing it forever, and it's certainly given us strong muscles.
There's rarely any running water here. 4 rooms made of wood, plywood, and corrugated iron for the family of 5. That's all they can afford. Mother Elcira Ruiz is a seamstress. Maricarmen brings her donated clothing, which she sells to neighbors. But although money is tight, her children have performed in ballet shows in Miami, Barcelona, Orlando. It's life-changing.
I've learned not to give up. If you don't succeed at something, you keep going until it works.
Maricarmen is on the way to San Genaro. If the children can't get to her, she takes the ballet lessons to them.
There's no other way. No one wants to come here.
Every weekend, the children attend classes at a youth center. Kate and Nicole help with the teaching. Posture and a firm gaze. The seeds for the next generation are being sown deliberately here, a place where ballet is usually a distant dream. She's always on the go. Maricarmen is very nervous. After all, the performance is in 2 days' time.
I told the conductor that I'm afraid his expectations of the girls are too high, and that it's not what he wants.
The phone call came from him. Javier Carbone has Peruvian roots and plays with Frederick Winterson in a chamber orchestra in faraway Germany, in Mainz. Their aim is to promote talent. They also want to perform a top-class concert in Lima and held an audition for it. It's such a great profession. There's so much talent. It would be a shame if they had to give up on their dreams. I think we can help. Classical music culture is still cutting its teeth in Peru, says Javier. Rehearsals take place in what looks like a storeroom.
Vibrato, developing.
Javier and Frederick teach music students for a week. Many of the students juggle the lessons between university lectures and jobs with a 2-hour commute as part of the deal. Javier made a point of inviting Maricarmen to devise a ballet accompaniment to the music, a chance for her dancers to perform on a big stage. She's working with very, very few resources. She's not just teaching her students ballet, but also a set of very important values.
Un set de valores muy importante y muy rico.
It's the day before the big concert at the National Theater with 500 guests. But not all the choreography's on point. And some of the timings are still off.
Hopefully it all goes well tomorrow and I won't have to go on stage because I'm not really allowed. It's making me so nervous.
Layra's on her way home. She travels between 1 and 2 hours every day. The streets get emptier and emptier, the neighborhood rougher. As she approaches home, she feels her pulse racing faster. Today, too, there are gang members standing on the street corner.
Yes, I'm scared. You don't know how they're going to look at you, what they'll say to you, how they'll react. They're not good people.
Unsafe? Yes. But not a reason to give up on their dreams. And then, the big day comes around. But as the musicians head for the theater, Nicole, Kate, and Layra have something else to do. They're selling donated clothing at the weekly market. Each item sells for about €1. The money goes towards travel and performance costs. At the last minute and right during rush hour, they head for the National Theater.
It's crucial that we avoid any chaos now.
They made it. The first glimpse of the magnificent auditorium. Almost all the shoes have been donated. If they're still usable, they're painted to ensure they all have the same color. The guests have arrived. The instruments are tuned. Hearts are racing. And the show begins. They were given a stage to showcase their talent, and they do just that. The opportunity to present themselves, and they seize it. They are heard, they are seen. They may not have material wealth, but they have joy, passion, and skill in abundance. A treasure that they give right back to their guests.